Y'all, stay tuned. Tuesday, we here. The second to the last Tuesday of the month. Hope you all doing all right. We're gonna go around the bend and see how folks doing. Ralph, good to see you, man. What's going on?
What's up, man? Glad to be on.
All right. Miss Sharon is in here with us. What's going on, Miss Sharon?
Hi, everybody. I'm here in the house. Glad to be with y'all.
All right. She giving you the spirit fingers, y'all. Jay Will over there gigging. Go ahead, Jay Will.
What's good? What's good, man? Happy Taco Tequila Tuesday.
All right, go
Good to be here.
to
Good to see y'all.
all right. Ian, what's popping with you?
Doing good, man. Doing good. You're here in the sports entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada. So.
All right, I feel like you should get that patent or something for yourself. It's bro time with Cracking Rashad, my fellow Jimaholic. You on mute, brother. You on mute, man. You
I'm
famous.
good. I'm good. I'm good. It's a blessing to be on, and it's a blessing to see y'all faces. So I'm good, man.
All right. And Dennis, you tap in or you tapped out? You in the Kurt Angle ankle lock over there? All right, we're gonna move on there. Y'all know what that beat is in the background, and if you don't, you better learn. What we got going on tonight? So we're gonna look at the NBA playoffs. We have somebody who has advanced already, one that is trying to advance currently. We're gonna go to Sports View. I got a new Who You Got. We're gonna Would You Rather, and then we're gonna dig with Doug, and then we're gonna open that floor. So let's get it rolling. All right, NBA playoffs, Western and Eastern Conference Finals. You had the Bucks finishing the sweep last night of the Lakers, taking it 4-0. I know a lot of folks in the Bay out here, and then just in California in general, and all over the world are hurt a little bit behind that. And then you got Miami right now; they're up 3-0, taking on the Boston Celtics. So just want to get thoughts and everything about what's going on. I mean, looking like we're gonna get Heat versus Nuggets, but just right now we're gonna look at what we currently have. And so we got the Nuggets who have moved on, and the Heat trying to advance. So we're gonna start with Miss Sharon. Go ahead.
Well, I'm disappointed in my Lakers. I'm stunned just like everybody else. I knew Denver was a good team, but they shouldn't have beat us that badly. I feel like D'Angelo Russell had a very bad series. He's very inconsistent. And as a whole, they just didn't play enough defense. Defense wins championships, and you can't get through not playing any defense. The last championship we won, it was largely because of our defense. So that should have told them something. And I don't have anything against Darvin Ham. I think, he's a rookie coach. He made some rookie mistakes, but he did the best that he could. But we had the greatest player in the world on our team, and we should have won because, of course, he was supposed to carry us to the promised land, and he didn't do that. So I'm just waiting for all the LeBron apologists to explain to me why this happened on his watch, and he's supposed to be the greatest player in the world. You don't mess with my Lakers like that. I'm a true Laker fan. We want banners. That's what we want, and that's what we expect. So I'm a little bit ticked off by that.
Ian, go ahead, Ian.
I mean, I'll say Miami Heat beating Boston. That was a great series. Getting to see Miami do what they've been doing in this playoff has been fantastic to watch. Denver, first time ever in the NBA Finals in franchise history. I'm really surprised it's actually been this long, considering all the talent that's been in Denver throughout the whole 40-plus years that Denver's been in franchise. And this is their first ever appearance. That's incredible. And the Los Angeles Lakers, with them losing, I know Sharon's a big fan of them. I know Rashad's a big fan of them. Honestly, I've hated the Lakers since I was a kid, so I can say proudly that I was happy y'all got swept. I'm very happy at the Los Angeles Lakers, the most arrogant fan base I've ever met in my life. They lost and got swept. So I'm very happy to say that. The Los Angeles Lakers got swept. That makes me very happy to say. And I'm gonna pass it over to Doug because the Lakers got swept.
Yeah, I can't agree with most arrogant fan base, and if they are, it is warranted. Now I would throw the
Exactly.
Cowboys in there. I would throw the Cowboys in there when it's
Right.
arrogance.
I mean, I would say the Cowboys, but at least the Lakers have won something recently.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they can be they can be arrogant a little bit. If somebody gonna be arrogant, it could be the Lakers and it could be Boston. I mean, they got the titles to back it up. But we gonna keep moving on. So Ralph, go ahead.
Man, the Lakers, I think, they really got exposed for what they really were. They was just a team full of role players. I think not taking nothing away when they played Memphis and Golden State, but Memphis, they really didn't attack. You know what I'm saying? They had all that going on with Ja and Dillon Brooks and all that. And Golden State really didn't attack either. But I think they just ran up against a team that had two dogs in Jokic and Murray, who put pressure and exposed the guard and showed that the Lakers really didn't have a number one. I don't think LeBron is no longer number one. I don't think AD is a number one. So they basically had a 2A and a 2B and a bunch of role players that got exposed because they couldn't. Everything they tried to do with Darvin Ham, the Nuggets had a counter for. So the Lakers then couldn't have a counter for what the Nuggets counter. And the Nuggets, I think, was deeper. And like I said, they had two dogs and they had two go-to guys that could put the game away. And I think they role players in Denver played much better than the role players did for LA. So I didn't predict it to be a sweep. I thought it was gonna go 6 games, but I thought Denver was gonna win the series in 6. I didn't think it was gonna be a sweep.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Jay Will. I know Jay Will been over there doing his thing.
Yeah.
Sick.
First of all, man, shout out to the Joker, man. Big ups to the Joker. Probably the best big man I've seen ever since Hakeem Olajuwon, man. This dude does it all. From running the point guard, bringing the ball up, to dropping threes, to backing you down low. Like I don't even see a weakness in the Joker's game. He really, I mean, I've always kind of paid attention to him, but I never really watched him as much as I watched him in this series, man. And I'm just elated with this guy's game. It reminds me of he reminds me of an old '80s player. Just he doesn't get rattled. Just doesn't show a lot of emotion. Just out there balling, man. Coach Ham, man, for the Lakers, he just got out coached. Rookie coach. Just flat out got out coached. Can't really put it all on LeBron. I mean, I was really surprised by all the acquisitions that the Lakers made. Picking up these young guys, Reeves and Walker and Hachimura and all these guys. I didn't think that they would do much, but they really, really, really balled out, man. Bron had a hell of a first half yesterday, man. When I was sitting here watching, I said, "This dude is going to be completely tired in the second half," and his legs were gone in the second half. But that's what happens when you're in the league 20 years and you got a lot of miles on you. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to a Denver Miami series. Just from a basketball fan standpoint, I'd like to see two, especially Denver never going to an NBA Finals, but it's just good to get some new meat in there, especially since my Warriors are not in there. So I'm gonna really love this next series.
All right, Josh.
Let's go.
I ain't really got much to say, man. I'm just glad my man LeBron up out of there, but I could never count him out until he's out. You know what I mean? But
right.
I don't know if y'all agree with this, but he said Kwame Brown said it best. All the best players have a spot to get to, and they will hit the spot. LeBron's spot is the free throw line because he always expects the rest to bail him out.
Rashad, go ahead.
Honestly, for the Lakers starting off 2-10, I didn't even expect us to be on the doorstep of the finals this year. It was just a lot of the chemistry wasn't there with this team with Westbrook, and it was just it was a lot. So to make that trade when we did, to get what we got, and for Hachimura and Reeves to kind of take a step like they did in the playoffs, man, it was big for this team, and you know, but so I didn't really expect the Lakers to even get to the playoffs this year. So the fact that they made it to the Western Conference Finals was crazy. But the better team won. Denver was the better team. I like Jokic's game, but he's nothing to me. He's not a good defender, in my opinion.
That'll be the
You
weakest
know,
part of
I,
the game.
yeah, that's his weakest part of his game, and I don't know. I don't know. For me, I'm taking Miami to win this whole thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I love Jimmy Butler, and I think a ring for Jimmy Butler will put him in a different category. So I like Jimmy. I like Jimmy buckets, and that series between, hopefully they beat Boston, but that series between the Heat and Nuggets will be very, very petty and very, very chippy, and I'm all here for it. I'm so here for it. So, like I said, Lakeshore all day, regardless win or lose. We'll see what we do next season, but I got the Heat. I got the Heat in 7 for sure.
Warriors.
All right.
So another weakness that Jokic has was foul trouble. By the way, there's multiple times
Yeah.
where he got up to 5 fouls. Like that.
Josh, I can't.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Rashad. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Hey, Dennis, go ahead.
Heat. Let's go Heat.
It's been a good it's been good, man. It's nice to see Denver versus the Heat. It's gonna be good, but Denver gonna have to do something instead of that high pick and roll with Joker and Jamal Murray, because that shit ain't gonna work against the Heat all day. They're gonna have to do something. It's not gonna work against the Heat all day. Bam Adebayo can guard 1-5. That's gonna be a big difference. And a lot of people underestimate Bam Adebayo, but there's gonna be a lot more NBA teams that's gonna have a 6'9" center. And
Real quick, is Hero coming back?
who?
Hero.
Girl.
I guess. I don't know. I thought he broke his hand.
I don't even think they need him, to be honest. Without the 9-man rotation they have right now, I don't think they need him.
Well, I know they say he's a defensive liability, so like that's like.
I thought that was Duncan. That was a defensive liability.
They
Both
both
of them.
are.
They both are.
Oh well. Oh well.
My bad. Yeah. He said if Boston can extend the series another game or two, Nuggets will just stroll to an easy finals win.
Whatever.
No, they won't. Yeah, no, they won't.
No, they're
When
not.
is it? When is
Here's my question though: if Miami do win the finals, are they the first AFC to win the finals?
Yes, they're
I
the
think
first
so.
8 seed to win the finals.
I think so.
They're the second 8 seed to make the finals, but they'd be the first to win it.
But everybody had Miami coming into this year in the top 5 though.
I had
The
them win the
East.
whole
A lot of
thing.
people had them winning the East. So like, I mean,
That's because y'all coach.
I did in the beginning, but then
right.
like right before Christmas, right after Christmas, they seem to be going backwards. So then I
Right.
fell off a
Exactly.
little bit. But then after the All-Star break, you couldn't stop them.
Right.
Right.
It was another one of them teams I did not want to see. I hate playing against Miami. They always.
Well, yeah, it's truly like they talk about that Heat culture, and I listen to, I think Michelle.
real.
It is real.
I listen to the Dan Levitar
Notice,
show, and like
all the
just
players play hard.
seeing that
and
behind
nobody's
the
in trouble.
scenes and
It's
and
Pat
that
Riley.
culture is
It's what
real.
Pat Riley does.
It's real. All these players play hard. Nobody's in trouble. Same guy's been there for 25 years. Pat Riley.
Pat Riley.
And
Let's go.
That's
Don't
the
forget,
thing
he was
about
the Knicks coach too. He was a Knicks coach, and that was one of their most successful years when he was on the Knicks.
Hell yeah, Pat Riley.
He runs a tight ship.
well, see,
Yes,
that's
he
the thing
does.
about,
He
like,
does
what
not put up
sports-
with no crap.
that's what sports really need is consistency and like real coaching. You can really develop people. That's why like when the Warriors first got started, I really liked the Warriors. Like because it was really from nowhere. Like they were developing people, like all the stuff instead of okay, we got to makeshift everything and like really put all this stuff together. Like really developing, like you see the Heat, like the Heat are consistently there. Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra. Eric Spoelstra started off as their VHS recording guy. He was that, and now he's the head coach running things and all of this stuff.
He's arguably one of the greatest coaches of all time for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe top 3 in terms of active right now.
And his job is not threatened right now.
Yeah, no.
He's doing that well of a job that nobody's talking about he needs to go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think his job has ever been threatened, though.
No, never. Not since he's been head coach.
Now, I'm gonna tell you something I don't like. I really don't like this report that came out with Boston that basically said that the team never rebounded from Ime Udoka from that whole scandal, and I call bullshit because unlike how after Draymond Green punched Poole, you saw all year that the Warriors were never really ever really there. Like it was just like up and down and then a terrible road. And you could just tell that there was no it just wasn't a team. But Boston is number 2. I mean, they whooped ass all year long. So to now get to on the brink of being swept, to say that the team hadn't really been able to come back around since the coach couldn't keep his dick in his pants. I call bullshit.
So Jay Will, I want to ask this question to everyone watching around the world. If you're the Golden State Warriors, is Bob Myers coming back next year?
I mean, I hope so.
Does he get along with the owner? Does he get along with the owner?
Yeah, they've given him the largest
contract for a general manager.
They just said that he's really just tired and burned out. And they're saying that, but you never can really believe all these reports. They're saying that he may just not even want to even be a part of basketball anymore, or just take a break from it. So I don't know. I mean, there's always more to it. But I mean, that's the most important piece, Ian, is we got to get this dude to re-sign. And if he doesn't, then who do we turn it over to? And if you give it to the wrong person, we'll be the Warriors of the 80s and 90s and early 2000s. So I don't want to see that.
I mean, I have an idea for you if you want me to give you a sports angle.
Please don't say Mike Dunleavy.
No, Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr becomes an executive, and you have one of your assistant coaches become head coach.
Oh, that doesn't sound bad. Doesn't sound bad at all.
Jay Will, I thought you were going to go to Escape. Who do I turn to?
Oh Lord!
All right, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to the sports view, y'all. We're gonna move on. We're moving on. So the first topic: who is the best cornerback in the NFL right now? We got Sauce up here. We got Patrick Surtain, Jair Alexander, Jalen Ramsey, Darius Slay. Or you can go with somebody else. So you got options here. I'm gonna start with Bro Time himself, Rashad. Who you got?
Let's go.
Based on last year, for me, I'm gonna go. And Sauce had a great year, but he's still a rookie. We're gonna see what he's gonna do this year. But for me, I'm gonna go Slay, and then I'm gonna go Jair Alexander.
Homer.
He went with Slay first. What you talking about?
He made sure he said Jair. Homer.
Why not?
Well, why not? Jair is arguably one of, if not the best corner in the league, bro.
Best corner in the league is PS2.
Who the hell is PS2?
I'm Patrick Surtain second. PS2.
Nah. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. I saw the best wide receiver cook his ass.
You saw
cook his ass. Right.
Did you see the
one-on-one got cooked?
I saw the best wide receiver cook Jair week 1.
Who was that?
Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson, the best wide receiver in the league. You mean the same wide receiver that didn't have over 10, 15 yards when they played Jair the second time?
Yeah, well, he had enough the first time that if you average up the 2 games, he had damn
Okay.
near 70 yards in both games.
Okay, yeah. He went ghost the last month of the season.
Yeah, we
Dude,
are
we
talking about a
we couldn't
multitude of
find him.
games.
Hey,
Hey,
So we
Jair shut him down. No, I know that.
Right.
we'll,
And did that gritty goofy shit too. He did the gritty shit.
we'll find out this year. I'm going with PS2.
Mets fan, I'm definitely not saying Sauce, and it ain't easy. Like it is definitely
Nah,
not
tough.
easy. Go ahead,
Dalton got
Ralph.
it right. Good job, Dalton.
I'm going with I'm gonna take Jair Alexander.
Hey, Ralph.
Yeah, then I'm gonna go Sauce. I think Sauce got another year. He need to put work in.
Yeah, he got a yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he
I
put work
agree.
in. If he have this upcoming season like he had last season, then he'll definitely be up. He'll be up
Yeah,
there for 1 or
for
2. But
sure.
he got another year to put in. But I'm gonna go Jair Alexander.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Um,
I can't give somebody best of anything after 1 year. I just
Yeah, me neither.
yeah. If he have another year like this, he'll definitely be up there. But I'm going Jair Alexander.
all right. Go ahead, Ian.
All right. I mean, heck, I'll give you a top 5 if you want.
No, we just want the best of who right now.
Oh, okay, great. So to me, Jair is number 2, but right now number 1 is PS2. Pat Surtain, to me, is the best corner in the NFL. Jair number 2 though, because of what he's done against Chicago. I mean, he's been a living nightmare for me for the last 5 years. So I'd say he's number 2.
I ain't had no receiver since like 18. Go ahead, Sharon. Sharon?
No, it's Zaire. It's Jair Alexander. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Loud and clear.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Josh is
Jair
comedy,
Alexander
bro.
is the best corner.
Josh is
That's all I'm
comedy,
saying.
bro.
But Patrick Surtain,
No, Sharon's speaking.
I would not have Surtain as number 2. I wouldn't have.
Nah, not to me. Give me Slay.
BJ over here saying Humphrey gave up 0 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'd take Slay. I would take Slay over Surtain.
Me too.
Myself.
And Nick said, if I'm starting a team
Jay
right
Will,
now,
Jay Will, go ahead.
I have to choose. He's picking Sauce hands down.
I'm gonna go with Darius Slay.
you might pick him because he has good upside, but that
Right.
don't mean he's better.
Go ahead, Jay.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna go with Darius Slay, man,
Go ahead.
because it seems like every time I play them in Madden, this dude is just intercepting all my balls. So I'm going with Darius Slay. I like that young man. I like him now. He can come over to the Niners anytime he feels like it.
Debo love him.
Bro. We ain't doing that, bro. Calm down.
He said the dude on the Texans should be there
What
too.
we got?
What
Who's the dude from the Texans?
What?
Not
Not
Stingley Jr. No,
Oh,
Stingley Jr.
Come on,
Not yet.
bro. Like,
Right.
you just talking about rookies.
Right. Come on, man.
LSU.
Come on, man.
I'm gonna take Slay, Slay all day. So
Just to say nothing about that being a homer pick.
all right, we're gonna move on to. Oh, Josh, who were you taking? I forgot to ask.
Oh, we know. Jair. Jair, he said Sauce locked up every number 1 receiver he faced. Ricky or not, he a legit lockdown dude.
That's cute. We're gonna see what he gonna do with an encore. So all right.
That terminology of
That's true,
lockdown.
but I mean-
Okay, bro.
It's 1 season.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, who career would you rather have? Julian Edelman's or Calvin Johnson? We're gonna start with Sharon.
I mean, if you're just looking at these numbers, you would pick Calvin Johnson, I suppose. You probably would, but I'm picking Julian Edelman because the goal is Super Bowl. rings. So,
Right.
Good.
and I was a Super Bowl MVP one time too. Out of those three, yeah, I take Julius.
Yeah.
All right, Jay Will.
I'm not a big.
Yeah, I'm going.
I
I'm
think
going.
Calvin Johnson is overrated anyway.
I'm going
Hey,
Julian Edelman, man. He got all the hardware,
Yep.
and Calvin Johnson ain't got shit. So I'm going with
Man, he
Edelman.
got a Hall of Fame ring.
you got talent.
Got a
They
Hall of
gave it
Fame
to
ring.
him because they felt sorry for him. That's why he got that.
Go ahead, Dennis.
I take Megatron
Okay.
Yikes.
Why you taking Megatron?
because he was the man. That's why I'm taking Megatron. He was the man on his team.
He was
Julian Edelman
mediocre.
wasn't the man on his team.
Okay, Kimberly taking Edelman. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Rashad.
Hey, he was a
Hey,
man
it's
in that
about
Super Bowl.
championship. It's about championships for me. So give me Edelman.
Right.
Ralph, who you taking?
Give me Megatron.
Okay.
Okay, we got nothing
Yeah, give me
Megatron.
Megatron.
Josh.
Yeah, man.
Overrated.
Give me dang. I'm sticking with Sharon, man. Give me Julie.
Yep.
Julie.
All right, Josh.
Um,
Filet-ho.
Ian, who you taking, Ian?
Well, I'm
Oh,
gonna put it to you
Edelman?
simple. I'll put it to you simply like this: one of them has a Super Bowl ring, and the other one has a Hall of Fame ring. So give me Calvin Johnson.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely take Megatron. Plus, I won't have as many concussions as Edelman had. So,
Yikes.
Edelman doing all right.
That we don't see his day to day.
He doing all right.
All right, all in the same draft. Who would you choose first? I'm gonna go first myself. I'm taking Gary Payton, so I'm gonna just go Gary Payton. That's what I'm taking first. Jay Will.
God.
I would probably take Damian Lillard.
Okay, Ian.
Shout out to Brookville.
I got to go with Weber State legend Damian Lillard.
Oh, I know who I'm taking.
Okay.
Aaron.
No. The correct answer is Isaiah Thomas.
Exactly.
Oh, hell no.
That's what I was.
Exactly. give me Zeke and give me multiple rings. Because he the only one that got a ring on this. That got a ring on. Well, outside of Kyrie, but give me multiple rings.
Gary Payton's got a ring. Sorry.
Well, man, bro, that was.
But it says, I guess. Dennis, who you taking? Okay, we're gonna start finding Dennis. Go ahead, Ralph.
Man, I'm only taking Dame Lillard. I take Dame, and I'm only taking him over Kyrie because of his loyalty. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's big if you got the first pick. You don't want the first pick bouncing on you. You know, you want a little bit of loyalty from the first pick. So I'm taking Dame.
Loyalty.
Okay. Dennis ain't. Josh, who you taking?
Yeah, I'm taking Damian. And Nick said he got Isaiah.
Yep, give me Isaiah too.
I'm gonna say this, Damian Lillard. You want to come to the Knicks next year? Just make it happen. You know, this postseason, this off season, just come to New York.
Who you got, Dan?
Damn, that's a good choice.
Yeah, this is good.
This is damn
A
sure.
lot of times this should be whack, but this is really good.
I don't know. Damn, it's a good choice.
And I can see everybody too.
Gonna have to be Isaiah.
I thought about that
take
when I was
Isaiah
putting this
Thomas.
together,
I don't know why you playing.
But if Isaiah wasn't on here, I'd have took Jason Kidd. I'm just letting y'all know.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
you taking
Give
Isaiah Thomas?
me, give me Isaiah.
Yeah, Jay Will. When I saw this, I was like, "Oh, Jay gonna be able to see this." I was so happy.
Yeah, and I don't even have my
Zeke.
glasses on, so this is perfect.
Yeah, Zeke.
Hey, Brandy, relax, Brandy.
All right, is the 2017 running back draft class the best ever? I'm gonna start with
no.
Ian. Go ahead.
Hell no.
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 Okay. Who's your? Do you have a counter? It's okay if you don't.
1983.
Okay, Rashad.
Who got drafted there?
No. There's no Hall of Famers on this list, so I'm cool. or future Hall of Famers. There's none on this list.
What? Austin
So
Eckler?
That's a lot of talent though.
it's
I
talent
mean,
is great, but
right.
it's no Hall of Famers on this list.
It
You,
might
you
be.
you
It
think
might be
you think
one.
McCaffrey can be one?
It might be
Nah,
one Hall of
he
Fame on
stay
there.
hurt. He hurt too much.
He stay hurt.
Mm-mm. No, all these dudes pretty much stay hurt.
Okay. Ralph.
Um, nah, I don't think he's the best, but
Mm-mm.
it's quality. It's damn good quality, but I don't think
Yeah,
it's the
super
best.
talented. Yeah.
Okay. Dennis.
I don't think it's the best, but it's damn sure close. It's a lot of talent here, but a lot of them get in trouble for stupid stuff. Like these two at the top on the right hand side,
Oh
them
man.
two, they get in trouble for too much dumb stuff. All right, I don't understand it. This
Don't
one
forget
at the
about my man
bottom right here,
on the left.
Kareem Hunt, he's another one. So it's like
Right.
that's stuff that's just gonna keep you out of the Hall of Fame.
What about playoff Lenny?
Playoff Liddy is gone. Playoff Lenny is gone. Playoff, I ain't gonna lie to you. Playoff Lenny been gone since that whole situation with him supposed to be taking. He wasn't ready to take a group picture with Jacksonville, team picture or whatever, and they benched him again. Ever since then, it ain't been right.
Yeah. Shout out to Green Bay for drafting two of these players on here though too.
Hey, did he
Yeah, I mean,
I was,
did
I
that's
was
he
why
gonna
it's
ever
the
say
best.
present?
I was gonna say
Did he show
shout
up
out to James Conner for overcoming everything he done came over to still be in the league. Go ahead, Sharon.
Yeah. I don't think it's the best ever, but like Dennis said, it's darn close. And it's a great class.
Great class.
All right.
That's it.
Josh.
Well,
Short
Dalton
and
and
sweet.
DJ say it is, and Nick said if somebody would give Kareem Hunt another start, he could put up crazy numbers. So it's probably top 3, top 5 for sure. But I mean, if nobody could tell me another class.
All right, yeah. Future homework for Stay Tuned. Come with your best running back draft class. So, all right. So I wanted to touch on a couple of topics that we had here. This is some people boy Alex Smith, and so Alex Smith this week said, or last week talked about how defensive-minded head coaches can mess up young quarterbacks because they don't give them the mindset to be free and to really go about being like the best quarterback that they can be. It's more of a don't mess up mentality. And he believes Robert Saleh has really messed up the development of Zach Wilson. So I wanted to get folks' thoughts on this. We'll start with Rashad.
Hell no, Zach Wilson is Zach Wilson. He is not good. So I mean, I don't think I don't think that's true at all. Look at Pete Carroll. I mean, that he's a prime example of development, developing quarterbacks, of seeing, you know, talent and identifying talent and developing it with Russell Wilson. So, I disagree with that. Again, though, this is coming from a guy that had like fucking 15 offensive coordinators. So, I mean, God, you know what I'm saying? And so many defensive mind head coaches he had. So I get his standpoint on it, but Zach Wilson messed up Zach Wilson. You know, he had Matt LaFleur's little brother over there, same system from San Francisco. He still couldn't get it, and he's not a leader. He's a kid. You know, you heard that coming out of the New York Jets locker room. Dude wasn't a leader. He was super immature. Yeah, so I disagree with that, but I understand where Alex is coming from because of so many different coordinators and coaches he's had. So I understand it.
Dalton,
I'm just happy to see Alex healthy and doing his thing too. Shout out to him.
Dalton, tell us why you disagree. Ian, go ahead.
I mean, look, I respect Alex Smith. Came from University of Utah. You know, first overall pick was from the Utes. But I feel like his situation and Zach Wilson's situation is completely different. I feel like Alex Smith had so many coordinators in San Francisco. He had all the, different switching every single year. I mean, heck, it wasn't until Jim Harbaugh showed up that he started being successful in San Francisco. So I say that his situation and Zach Wilson's completely different. Now, if he would have used another quarterback for an example, I might say he might have a good point, but he used Zach Wilson as his example. So,
Hey, yeah, what about Lovey and Grossman?
repeat that.
What about Lovey and Grossman?
Lovie Smith, he was a great coach, just period. I mean, he was really good for what he did. The problem that Rex Grossman had is that, simply put, he was just an average quarterback.
Right.
He didn't really have that much talent when it came to being a quarterback. I thought Kyle Orton, by the way, should have been the starting quarterback during that time period. He had more talent than Grossman
Yep.
did. But
I agree.
Jeez, I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Well, couldn't a prime example of this semi be Geno Smith?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Because the main thing Alex Smith is talking about is, yeah, he used Zach Wilson, but mainly he's talking about just defensive coordinators with young quarterbacks, and that's the overall. Now we said Russell Wilson. That's only one. So maybe you could also have Cam Newton, but Cam Newton was a different talent. So I'm thinking
Geno Smith started with Rex Ryan. He was a defensive-minded coach.
Yeah, I know that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying when you really look at the whole scope, I think if you were to look at it, maybe, and if you did it like we do a lot of stuff now with data, it would probably lean towards that, showing that. Yeah. So I could see where Alex Smith is going. And I was listening to some podcast where it was some former quarterback, and he was talking about having that experience where the head coach is just telling him, no, just don't F up. Just don't F up. Like, and that's when that's the mentality you're getting, like you're not gonna do too much for the most part if that's the identity that you're given. So just some of the thoughts and stuff when we think about this. Jay Will, what's your take on it?
I mean, I got to piggyback on with Ian and Rashad and basically what everybody's saying. I mean, I lived through it. I think at one point, Alex Smith had 5 offensive coordinators 5 years in a row, and that playbook is huge. So I haven't really had a chance to really take that great of a look at Wilson for the Jets, but he just doesn't appear to. He's not turning the corner. So no, I don't agree with Alex Smith with this, but I also see your point too, Doug. So
yeah, go ahead, Sharon. Sharon.
Well, my my Wi-Fi is active. It might freeze up. Can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
It's that Fisher Price Wi-Fi.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
It's the McDonald's Wi-Fi.
Okay. It's not on McDonald's. Just come back to me because I can't hear y'all.
Brian, welcome to the show. What do you think about Alex Smith's comments on defensive coordinators defensive head coaches messing up young quarterbacks?
Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing?
You didn't need to wear that
hoodie.
Heads up. You didn't need to bring that in here.
I'll just say this, man. The best coach the second best coach or the most recent successful coach in my own team's history, Jimmy Johnson, was a known defensive coordinator and defensive guy. You just got to know to go out and get the right guys to take care of things that you're not handling. That's when he got Norv Turner. That's when went that direction. And then if you look at Bill Belichick, who they say is the GOAT coach, everyone knows he was the defensive coordinator for the Giants when they won their Super Bowl with LT. And he's a defensive coordinator. Up until recently, he just always had the right offensive guys. It just depends. Alex Smith can live up to the hype. It is.
Go ahead, Ralph.
And honestly, I think it's just the type of QB you're talking about. But I'm just gonna piggyback off what you said about Cam Newton because he had a defensive coordinator, a head coach who was a defensive-minded guy, Ron Rivera. Most of the time when you got them defensive-minded head coaches, they think defense first. meaning that the first wave of free agency is going to be spent on defense, and most of the draft picks, especially the high draft picks, are going to be first, second, third rounds are going to be on defensive players. And with Cam, I think if he had more development, he could have been so much more. What we saw from Cam was just off of raw talent, you know what I'm saying, and him having a defensive-minded coach and not really having any other offensive weapons other than Greg Olsen. So I think Alex Smith, to a degree, got a point, but it also depends on the type of quarterback, because you got some quarterbacks, it don't matter if you give them an offensive-minded coach or a defensive-minded coach, they just is what they is. You know what I'm saying? So it just basically depends on the degree of the type of quarterback you're talking about. Now, Alex Smith, he was just going to be a game managing quarterback, in my opinion, regardless of where he went.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you watch football, you can tell which quarterback is got more to give that's being held back. You know what I'm saying? And other quarterbacks, you can tell that this is all they got. This is all they're going to be, regardless of what type of coach they got. So he got a point to a certain degree, just based off the type of quarterback you're talking about.
Kelvin Benjamin wasn't